Hey, hello. I'm doing my first video on this channel. Um, yeah, by the way, I'm a big supporter of like Tariq Nasheed, BGS, Moore, and like the Tone Talks and stuff like that. So I'm a big supporter of a lot of the stuff they did from their channels. So that's some of the stuff that influenced me to start my own channel here, just to be able to voice my own opinions independently of others who, because even though I'm very influenced by those individuals, I still sometimes disagree with some of the stuff that they say and do. So now, something that really sparked me to create a video just now was a recent little tweet thing, back and forth tweet issue that was going on Tariq Nasheed's channel between Tariq Nasheed and the Tone Talks and Yvette Carnell. Now, I had a few problems with some of the stuff, especially some of the stuff coming from the Antonio Moore, who we know as Tone Talks. Tariq Nasheed did a tweet. It says it's a video of Trump talking about investing in Black America, pretty much. So Tariq tweeted this. He said, I quote, "Trump is actually talking about providing specific tangibles to foundational Black Americans. Yet the Democrats, who Black Americans have been so naively loyal to, are adamant about not doing anything specific for Black Americans. So why should we honestly support the Democrats?" Now, that's all that Tariq said in that tweet, and it had a video of Trump. Let's see if we can play the video here. Let me see if I can play this video.
Democrats want to invest in green global projects. Democrats want to invest in green global projects. I want to invest in Black American communities. So true. Democrat.
Okay, that was the
want to invest in.
Okay, that was the video that Tariq had retweeted about and was had quoted in his tweet. Now, anybody with some sense can understand what Tariq Nasheed was talking about here. He wasn't trying to say, "Hey, everybody, we gonna be Trump supporters," or "I'm a Trump supporter." That's not what he was saying, not at all. Anybody with some sense, some reading comprehension, can understand what Tariq is trying to say. He's pretty much trying to say that the ADOS, Foundational Black Americans, are not loyal in this upcoming election in 2020 to the Democrats. That's all this was saying. It was saying, hey, look, the open white supremacist president Donald Trump, if even he can acknowledge Black people specifically and talk about doing something specifically for Black people, why is it that the Democrats and the top Democrats are not talking about doing tangible things specifically for Black people? They actually, the top Democrats have actually said they will not do things specifically for Black Americans. They have said this. And it's funny, because like I said, I listen to Tariq a lot. It's funny, a couple of months ago, it was pretty while ago. It was a while ago, a couple of months ago, Tariq Nasheed did a video talking about how the Democrats were going to use the lower end Democrat presidential running people who running for president on the Democrats. He was going to use some of the lower end ones on the Democrats to prop up this whole reparations thing, and then those people are going to stand no chance of winning to get into the primaries. They're going to stand no chance of getting into the Democratic primaries, and the Democrats are going to prop those people and say, "Hey, look, we did talk about reparations. We did talk about reparations, though." And it's gonna be somebody like Biden or Sanders there, sitting there running for at the top for the president, and then they're gonna say, "Hey, well, at least the Democrats did talk about reparations, though, right?" And this is a big problem, because I'm seeing the Antonio Moore. he responded in a couple of tweets to Tariq. And like I said, I'm not trying to start any type of beef or anything like that. No, that's not my intentions here. My intentions here is really to point out that really under all of this whole on code thing that we've been doing for the past couple of months with the whole ADOS and Foundational Black American, if we're going to really be honest here, a lot of the black people, a lot of the negroes that you see rocking this ADOS and Foundational Black American thing, a lot of us that are rocking this trend, they're still afraid of Donald Trump. They're still afraid of voting non-Democrat. They're still afraid of being non-loyal to the Democrats. Now, like Tariq Nasheed, like I said, I don't agree with everything sometimes, with Tariq Nasheed, but I agree with a lot of stuff that he was saying, especially when he's talking about the black stuff and being on code. And one thing I understand is that from Dr. Claude Anderson, he's a hero of mine from my hometown. Well, he lives in my hometown, but one thing I understood is that we had the quid pro quo. We shouldn't have no loyalties to a specific party. When the parties are not going to be loyal to us. We shouldn't be out here supporting the Democrats just because our parents and grandparents did. That's ridiculous. I'm not afraid of Donald Trump. And we as black Americans especially, should know better when it comes to this fear of Donald Trump thing that the Democrats keep popping out there. We should not be afraid of no Donald Trump. After 4 years of Donald Trump, our asses should not be afraid of no damn Donald Trump. Cause shit has been less bad for us under Trump, under open racist, white supremacist Donald Trump. It's been less bad for us than it was under first black President Obama and the Democrats. Remember when Obama was president? Remember when Obama, did people get amnesia or something? Did people forget when Obama, the Democratic Obama, first black president, Obama was president? Shit was all out on us. It was open season on us. Shit, he wouldn't even acknowledge us. He would not even acknowledge black Americans. He called us thugs. Goddamn, he signed that Blue Lives Matter law to protect the police officers whenever we defend ourselves from white supremacist race soldiers. Good Lord. Did people forget that from Obama, the Democrat? And then let's go to the Democrat before him. Clinton. Good Lord. Good Lord. Clinton put Reagan to fucking shame. Clinton put Reagan to fucking shame. Reagan was an open racist. God damn. Nixon was an open racist. Clinton put both of them motherfuckers to shame. Both of them. Excuse my language. But he put both of them to shame. We talking about the Democrats, our loyal Democrats. It's funny. I was arguing with this with an associate of mine too. Because a lot of people use the argument, well, when I ask why did if black people feel this way right now, why did black people vote for Obama? People say, hey, you know why? Because he was a black president. Okay, I understand that. Now, if that's the case, why did black people vote for Clinton? Oh yeah, that's right. He was the first black president too, right? That's how black people, we're so loyal to the damn Democrats. And we're afraid to not be loyal to the Democrats. And you see that's here now with this Antonio Moore. And here's the thing, Antonio Moore, he's one of the founders of the ADOS movement. And I fully support the ADOS movement. I had to change my profile picture on my YouTube to show, man, I even went and got me a hat made with the ADOS hashtag to promote the ADOS hashtag in the movement for us to get the reparations, to get more people involved. But I come to realize that, and I picked up on these things a while ago, back in 2018, when we had that Senate election. Remember that was going on? I picked this up on Antonio Moore before. when it came to the whole Georgia thing with Stacey Abrams, remember that? Go back and look at Tone Talk's videos on Stacey Abrams. Despite, because Tariq was pointing this shit out too, but despite the fact that Stacey Abrams wasn't going to do anything specifically for black people, for black Americans, despite that she wasn't going to do anything for us, and she was an advocate supporter of mass immigration, of illegal immigrants. These mass immigration of illegal immigrants, she was also a major supporter of that. But despite all of that, Antonio Moore, aka Tone Talks, and Yvette Carnell as well, both of them still supported voting for Stacey Abrams. Excuse me. Both of them still supported voting for Stacey Abrams. That speaks volumes. When you're telling people that we need to lobby our votes and stuff when it comes to these Democrats right now in this presidential campaign going on now, you're telling black people, the ADOS people, that we need to start, fighting for this reparations and stuff and holding these politicians accountable. But here's the thing, where were you back in that election? You were supporting black people voting for Stacey Abrams, even though Stacey Abrams wasn't going to do anything specifically for black people and was actually more supportive, like other Democrats, of policies that are detrimental to black Americans. That was a big red flag for me, but I kept my mouth closed. I kept my mouth closed when it came to a lot of that stuff, because I was trying to make sure we were all unified with the whole ADOS movement, Foundation of Black American thing. I wanted us to stay unified, but now I've realized, this shit a joke now, because the people, the founders of this shit, and seeing all the people who are arguing now on Tariq's tweet right there, when it came to that Donald Trump and not actually acknowledging black people getting something or doing something for black people specifically, when black people now calling him calling Tariq a Trump supporter and a MAGA, might as well go wear a MAGA hat and shit like that. That opened my eyes. That a lot of these black people doing this whole ADOS shit, man, them niggas are scared shitless of voting, of either voting for Trump or Trump winning or voting non-Democrat, period. They're scared shitless, like Tone Talks when it came to Stacey Abrams. He's scared shitless of not voting a Democrat. This for not voting, period, for a damn Democrat. Because for him, if you're not going to vote, if you're going to vote, you got to vote for a Democrat. For him, that's his mindset. He's shown his colors there with this whole thing going on Tariq's page, on his Tariq's Twitter, as well as the old videos of him talking about the Stacey Abrams. You got to vote. In his mindset, it's bad to not vote. Whereas Tariq had been promoting like the Clyde Anderson logic, the Clyde Anderson philosophy of holding your vote and not voting unless you're coming to the table with something. That's that Clyde Anderson philosophy from the Powernomics. And didn't Tone Talks and Yvette Carnell go in on Clyde Anderson too? Matter of fact, yeah, didn't they go in on Clyde Anderson too? I remember that. Yeah, they went in on Clyde Anderson as well. So come on, they showing their true colors now, man. I was really down for it, but then I realized, these Negroes are still afraid of not voting, holding your vote, because I didn't vote in 2016 election. I didn't vote for that shit. I didn't vote for either side, because you had Trump on one side, racist white supremacist Trump, who said he ain't gonna do anything for black people except for stop and frisk. When we asked, we're gonna do for black people, stop and frisk. And you had Clinton, Hillary fucking super predator Clinton. God damn it. Hell fucking no. That was worse than damn Trump. A damn Clinton is worse than damn Trump. God damn it. Trump is a fucking racist. The Clintons are worse than that. God damn. The people lose their fucking minds. Excuse my language. Damn. But the people have amnesia from the Clintons. I was a little boy back then. But even if we had the internet today, even I have enough sense to see the damn Clintons for what they are. God dang. Come on, people. Okay. So Tone Talks, Antonio Moore responded to Tariq with this. This is not real politics. Trump performed one of the most regressive tax cuts in American history that left the cupboard bare, and any type of major program that would have cost similar to reparations. You cannot say this without recognizing that fact. In 4 days, Donald Trump will walk into the Supreme Court with Comcast and eviscerate the original Civil Rights Act. I talked to Byron for over an hour yesterday on this. And this thread doesn't make sense. And Tariq responded with this saying, okay, then what Democrat candidate should black people support? And who do less damage to black society than Trump? Make this make sense. Tariq is spot on. Goddamn, spot on. We're not acknowledging, we're not dismissing that Trump is a racist and has a history of being a white supremacist. That's not what we're doing. Every single damn president in the United States has been a white supremacist. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. Some more than others. Some more open than others. That's all. The different variations of openness of the white supremacy. That's it. Even Obama was a damn white supremacist. He was raised by white people. He didn't even identify as black at first. So the thing is, we're not taking that away from Trump. That's not what we're doing. We're making it open and understandable to the Democrats that we're not going to just vote for you just because we're afraid of Trump or some shit that y'all keep trying to push like we should be afraid of Trump. We're not going to just vote against Trump and vote for you Democrats just because of some damn big scary orange Trump with a Klan's robe. Shit, we had less harm under Trump than we did under Obama. If that next Democrat get in there, shit, man, it's gonna be open fucking season for us. I'm one of the black people that I was fortunate, because most black people, like I said, I listen to Tone Talks. I understand like a lot of the economic, how economically deprived that we are as black people as a whole, as a collective. And I was privileged to come across a little money that myself where I was able to acquire weapons of my own. So my household, shit, excuse my language, but we prepared, put it like that. You know what I'm saying? We prepared for a potential civil war. Because BGS, he did a video on that recently as well, talking about the potentials for a upcoming civil war, especially in this whole Trump impeachment shit that's going on. If Trump get impeached, who the hell you think they're going to target? Who going to be the primary targets? Who you think they're going to be the primary targets? Even though we ain't the main ones pushing the impeachment shit, who you think going to be the primary targets of that shit, of the rage from the white supremacists? Them damn neo-Nazis and shit. They going to come after us like they did under Obama. I came ready. Now let's look some more. Okay. Antonio Moore says this. You posted this and are saying make this make sense. Like the election is tomorrow, not in a year. You need to make this tweet make sense. How does it make sense if opportunity zones are gilded from the ghetto? He has a massive tax cut that guts black folks and attacks civil rights. And Tariq responded, I'm agreeing with his saying he wants to invest in the black community. He is honest, maybe not. Most of the Democrats, front runners, won't even speak specifically about helping black society. That's the point. How have Trump janky policies differed from the Democrat policies? And Tariq made a good ass point. Did people forget the little tax breaks that Obama did? Here's the funny thing we talk about again. We're not dismissing the white supremacy of Trump. We're not dismissing that. But did people forget under Obama when Claude Anderson went out there with the lawsuit for the treaty, back in the Treaty of 1866? The Treaty of 1866. We're talking the Civil Rights Act of 1866 with with Byron Allen against Comcast that Trump is, DOJ is supporting Comcast with. What about damn Obama, the Democrats? When Claude Anderson came out there with the damn Treaty of 1866, Obama dismissed the shit. Remember that? Did people forget that? That wasn't that long ago, people. The people forget that. Google that shit, my dude. Google that. Did you people forget that? That Claude Anderson came at Obama on that stuff? And not just that, my dude. Obama had set-asides for the Native Americans, excluding black people. He excluded more black Native Americans from that damn money source that he dropped on them. It was like $2 billion? I can't remember the numbers correctly, but I believe it was somewhere close to $2 billion, wasn't it? It was some large sum of money, of course, obviously. I might have my numbers, a couple of zeros off, but I remember it was a large sum of money that he dropped on those Native Americans. Obama. First black president, Obama, on the Democrats. He dropped a big sum of money on the damn Jews. Those mulatto European Jews. He dropped some money on them too. Remember that? He dropped that money on the mulatto white European mulatto Jews. He dropped that money on them. He had those tax breaks for the country on us, which is going to make. And here's the thing with the Democrats: they did all that damn spending. Obama wouldn't even bail out the fucking people, bailed out the damn banks. Same shit that Trump going to do. When the economy crashes, Trump going to try to do the same shit if they can. They might not be able to this time, but still, they do the same shit. They work under the same umbrella. Ain't nothing fucking different. My cousin, I'm sorry. But ain't nothing really different here. Obama did the same thing and gave set-asides to Native Americans and Jews. The white mulatto Jew, put it like that. Not some of the other black Jews and no, the white mulatto Jew. He did stuff for them. Trump too. So that's really not get that twisted. Okay, now let me see. Antonio Moore says, this is circular and really should have been done differently if you figuring it out. This reads like support. Again, the idea Trump can fix racial wealth gap with gliding the ghetto is not really logical. And saying what have the Dems done doesn't fix the argument. Okay. And then Yvette chips in. What? Benign neglect is certainly awful, but Trump is sending his DOJ to the Supreme Court to gut our civil rights. That's not the same as Democrats' passive indifference. That's an active attack. Trump doesn't deserve a hearing or a retweet. Hashtag ADOS. My dude. Yvette, you've been very suspect in the past. And some of this stuff is showing here. Gee whiz. The past couple of Democrats, we talking about some active and versus passive. The last couple of Democrats have actively undermined black Americans. Actively. Goddamn, look, did you forget again? Did you forget Clinton? He was a Democrat. Obama, he was a Democrat. Remember his Blue Lives Law that he passed right immediately after that Michael Johnson shooting? Did you forget about that? If that's not active, what is? What about Clinton? The 3 strikes law with Clinton Biden. What about that? Was that not active? Are you crazy? Was that not active? Good Lord. Man, that shit devastated Black America. Devastated us. Y'all should pick up that book by Michelle Alexander, the New Jim Crow. That's a great book. That's another one of my Bibles. The New Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander. Gee whiz. That shit devastated us. So many black families destroyed. So many black men now criminalized and can't get employment because of a criminal record where a job can now legally discriminate against you. That was under damn Clinton and Biden. Did y'all forget that? Here Tariq responding. We have to be very honest. Things like Biden's law wasn't passive. Obama and the Democrats signed these blue laws to give further protection to police in response to them killing black people. Was not passive. And Yvette Carnell come back again with and I'm not retweeting Biden. I'm not supporting Biden. I'm slammed Biden as a candidate. I would never retweet him as you've done here for Trump. If you can see how awful Biden's 1994 bill was, then you should certainly be able to see how awful it is what Trump's doing next week. My goodness. Because once again, I think that people who, we might be thinking that some of these people don't get it. They just don't get it. No, these people get it. These people get it. They're acting like they don't get it. Because again, they're afraid of Trump winning. These Negroes are afraid. These same Negroes who founded the ADOS movement, which is very codified. It was a very codified thing. I'm not knocking that. It was very codified. I told you I got my ADOS hat. That was very codified. But these same Negroes are terrified of Trump winning. These same Negroes are terrified of not voting. These same Negroes are terrified of not being loyal to Democrats. Come on, people. Let's be honest here. The Antonio Moore and Yvette Carnell, they're both terrified of not voting, which is something that Claude Anderson and Tariq Nasheed both been a big part of about lobbying our votes. We're not going to vote for a Democrat just because we're afraid of Trump or just because we're going to vote for the lesser of two evils and shit like that. No. But Yvette Carnell and Antonio Moore, both of them are afraid, terrified. They're terrified of not voting. They're terrified of Trump winning. They're terrified of not being loyal to the Democrats. This is where this whole argument started from. Because not too long ago, a few hours ago, Antonio Moore did a video. What was it called? ADOS do not support Trump. Right? He did a video like that in response to this, I believe. To these tweets and stuff. He did his own video on his own channel. ADOS are not do not support Trump or some nonsense like that. But we don't support the Clintons or the Democrats or any of them fools either. They just as racist, if not more. Okay, Tariq said there will be no need to retweet Biden because he, nor any Democrat frontrunner, has ever acknowledged doing something specifically for black people. Trump may be phony as a $3 bill in acknowledging what black Americans need. The point is, he said it and the Democrats won't. Spot on. Spot on. Did people forget Kamala Harris? That I won't. No, I'm not going to do anything specifically for black people. No. No. And Sanders with the whole, that's divisive. That's divisive. And Biden with his little minion and shit, his little Negro minion. Did people forget all these things? They won't even acknowledge doing anything specifically for us. The Democrats. These are the same Democrats we've been loyal to. We've been more loyal to them than the Hispanics. Which a third of them voted for Trump. We've been more loyal to them than the damn LGBT. We've been more loyal to them than a damn feminist and the white women, the women groups and shit. But yet they won't even mention us. Okay. Yvette Carnell responded again. There's nothing a politician won't say. Hell. Buttigieg named his plan the Douglas plan after Frederick Douglass. They all speak specifically to black Americans. So what? This is all... What? This is all vacuous and meaningless symbolism. And Tariq responded, the major difference is the Democrats blatantly tell black Americans they aren't doing jack shit for us, but still vote for them. I'm still trying to understand how the Democrat behavior towards us is worse than Trump. And I have always criticized Trump. Yeah, he's spot on. And that's what's real disrespectful too when you think about it. Is that the fact that they say they won't do jack shit for you. The Democrats tell you this, blatantly tell you this, like Kamala Harris, she tell you this. No, I'm not gonna do anything specifically for you. No, and you're still ashamed into voting for her and expected to vote for her when the Democrats come out blatantly and tell you, no, I'm not gonna do shit for you. That's kind of. I mean, that kind of speaks volumes there. You know what I'm saying? When you think about it. When you really think about it, that speaks volumes. And I'm seeing all these Negroes in the tweets here. I'm seeing all these Negroes in the tweets. Let's see. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm seeing all these Negroes in the tweets who don't understand the message that Tariq was saying. Because I got into an argument with my own lady here too. My own lady, she also didn't agree with Tariq Nasheed, you know, with the whole quote of Trump statement there. And I tried to, no matter how much I tried to explain it to my spouse, she didn't get it. And no matter how much I tried to explain to some people on Twitter, they didn't get it either. That's why I come to understand. That's what made me do this whole video. It's been 30 minutes, but I've done this video because this was a real eye-opener. The ADOS movement, the Foundational Black American movement, is a joke. It's a joke. We only on code in name only. We on code in name only. We are on code in name only. That's it. Most black Americans are still afraid to not vote. I didn't vote in that 2016 election. Like I said, I didn't vote. I'm standing behind that. The Claude Anderson thing is something we should have been done. My parents, unfortunately, didn't teach me the Claude Anderson, because I'm sure most black people probably have never heard of Dr. Claude Anderson. Unfortunately, that's another subject for why we need our own educational systems. That's one of the support. I'm very supportive of Umar in that. You know, Umar as an individual, maybe he got his own flaws too, but I'm still very supportive of the whole black school for black children, especially black boys. We have a separate institution for the boys and girls, for black boys and black girls. It's very Carter G. Woodson-ish. And Carter G. Woodson, he's from my hometown as well. So it's very Carter G. Woodson-ish, you know, and I can really rock with that too. Man, but this was a real eye opener. I have some terms that I call. One of the terms I call trendy conscious coon. Or trendy conscious. We just call it trendy conscious. Because some people might not like the label coon and stuff like that. But I call it trendy conscious. You see this a lot now. Especially since the age of the Black Lives Matter and the Ferguson riots and Black Lives Matter. But, you know, you're seeing a lot of that trendy consciousness. And what is that? What is trendy conscious, right? Trendy conscious is when black people, they go along with whatever the alpha voice in the room is. So whenever that alpha voice in the room is a conscious person, let's say right now this Negro, this Trinity conscious Negro is at a Tariq Nasheed conference, right? They'll be all woke and shit like that at the Tariq Nasheed conference. Now, let's say Tariq Nasheed, they left the Tariq Nasheed conference, and now they at a little family get together. And your family, the alpha member in the family, your grandpops or your uncles or something like that, you know, they on some kumbaya, some kumbaya, you know, they on some coon and stuff, some sambo in a little bit. That same Negro that was all woke and stuff at the Tariq Nasheed conference, then now suddenly you see them suddenly do a 180 change. They now on some real coon sambo-ish type of shit. Because the alpha voice in the room change. When they surrounded by a bunch of conscious people talking some conscious stuff, yeah, they want to be all woke and all that kind of shit then. But then as soon as the alpha voice in the room changed back to being like a Sambo or white supremacist liberal or some shit like that, or some feminist liberal white supremacist, them same Negroes flip back to being a Sambo or off code. They go back to being off code. A good example of this, I might have to do a more detailed video on this on its own, but a good example of this was with the Cosby thing, the Cosby election. I mean, I said the Cosby election, excuse me, the Cosby conviction. You had a lot of the black women who, some of them be on Facebook talking all woke and stuff. Suddenly they was all, oh, you talking bad about, you talking something against the whole Cosby accusation and shit. You know, you are anti-black woman, or you anti-women, and I'm gonna block you. Or you say anything against Cosby going to jail, I'm gonna block you. You know, these niggas were saying, these black women were saying these things and stuff like that. And but when any other time they all woke and shit, but whenever you point out with the Cosby shit, all the shit that was going on with that Me Too shit that was pretty much a anti-black male lynching campaign. Whenever we pointed out these shits, these people got all mad and wanted to block you now. So-called woke black woman, unfortunately. And I'm seeing a lot of the same trendy consciousness here. These same Negroes, when it was real popping to be all ADOS and Foundation of Black America and be all on code and we want tangibles and stuff like that. When it was this cool thing to do, all these Negroes jump on it. But when somebody comes to the table and pointing out some real stuff here, these Negroes go back to being off code. I'm not even gonna call them a coon. They go back to being off code. Whew, let me see here. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. That's all I wanted to say. Because for now, like I said, I might go deeper into some of this other stuff here. But for now, like I say, I'm very disappointed in the Antonio Moore and Yvette Carnell. Yvette Carnell, she's kind of worked her way back up, you know, my trust ladder, and then just fell right back down. You know what I'm saying? She was working her way back up and then fell right back down. Like I said, I'm not Tariq Nasheed, so I could say whatever I wanted to say. So I actually prefer Tariq Nasheed not, you know, say nothing really negative about them and stuff, because I don't want them to start no type of beef or anything like that. Because, like I said, I really want them to stay on code with this stuff all the way into the election, so we can make sure we get some tangibles. But like I say, I'm a silent tactician. You know what I'm saying? I'm a silent tactician. I'm not a celebrity influencer. I'm a silent tactician. And I can say some of these things about the Yvette Carnell and the Antonio Moore. But they've been very off code lately. So I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks for listening to my first video here. Appreciate it.